Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan and we're back with another Total War Warhammer video. For today's topic, we're once again going to talk about the development blog, mainly because, well, firstly, I can't stop dragging a dead horse, and secondly, there seems to be something rather suspicious about it. You see, there is a mention of an Old World update, yes, but the artwork mentions Old World updates, in plural. So does this mean that more than one Old World faction is going to receive an update? Let's discuss in today's video. So without further ado, let's begin. So far, when an Old World update has been announced or referenced to, it's always been referred to as an update, not updates in its plural form, at least to my knowledge. On screen right now are the announcements for the Hunter and the Beast, which featured the Empire update, and the announcement for the Warden and the Paunch, which featured the Greenskin update. Both of these announcements reference their respective updates in its singular form, not plural, whereas the Wood Elf announcement seems to have reference to updates in its plural form, which has led many people to believe that there might be a second update for an Old World race. While in truth this could be a slight oversight or a spelling mistake, it's not out of the realm of possibility that we might see two races getting some sort of update. A fair amount of Warhammer 1 races have now received their update, and now are in good standing when in regards to Total War Warhammer 2. The Empire's early game has been changed to revolve more around politics than warfare. The Bretonnian dukedoms now have an easier access to Confederation, thus making their playthroughs less of a grind. The Greenskins, well, they finally are fun to play. Their wars were updated drastically, and pretty much the whole race is so drastically different that if you compare them to the Warhammer 1 version of the Greenskins, they are two completely different entities. So what's next? Well, obviously the Beastmen, who true to form when compared to their Warhammer Fantasy Battles counterparts, also suffered from terrible neglect. The Warriors of Chaos, which were the first DLC for Warhammer 1 and are rather boring to play at the moment. And finally Norsca. Does anyone remember Norsca? Yeah, they're Bretonnia's punching bag at the moment, and have been for a very long time. Now, should the upcoming Wood Elf DLC bring multiple Old World updates, would any of these three races be subject for one? Unfortunately, I don't think so. You see, many of these races would require quite heavy reworks, and it doesn't seem like it would be financially viable to do so for one of these races. The Warriors of Chaos will most likely receive their rework in the third and final game of the series. The reasoning behind this is probably because the fact that the Chaos Demons will also be released in the third and final game, which could probably see an introduction of a new mechanic in regards to Chaos Champions ascending to demonhood. Norsca is okay I guess, but do lack in the defensive side, especially when trying to expand. There are a few issues with this race pack, but I'm assuming that this will also get fixed in Warhammer 3, seeing as this is once again another Chaos faction. Which leaves us with the Beastmen. Oh boy, where can we start? As NPCs, they're nothing but an early game nuisance. In all honesty, unless you're playing in higher difficulties, they've never really been much of a problem. As a player-controlled faction, well, there are a lot of problems, and we'll just list a few as we don't want this video to be a few hours long. One issue is their very small and uninspired tech tree, which has more negatives than it does have positives. The more technologies you research, the longer it takes to get other technologies sorted. Brayhoods are often more trouble than they're worth, and often put you in very dangerous situations. And lastly, the fact is that the race grows quite slowly in terms of power, which means that by the time that you get to around a mid-tier level, every other race is already recruiting endgame units. Unfortunately, as much as I would like for the Beastmen to receive an update alongside the Wood Elves, as it would make sense thematically, it does seem rather unrealistic, mainly because both races need such drastic reworks that it would cost a lot of company time to fix them both. That, and as we've seen given the recent Wood Elf announcement, it's more than likely, if and when a Beastmen rework does get announced, they will try to push the Call of the Beastmen DLC as they did with the Realm of the Wood Elves. It makes sense from a business point, trying to sell the Call of the Beastmen DLC alongside a new Beastmen DLC and Beastmen rework. So with that being said, in my opinion, I don't believe none of these races would likely receive a rework alongside the Wood Elves should the artwork be correct in referencing multiple updates. Should any other race receive an Old World update alongside the Wood Elves, it would most likely be a race that already received their update. This would most likely be a case where they might need something very minor. The greenskins are obviously fine as they are, having only recently received their overhaul and to a very nice degree. The Empire, as far as I see it, work perfectly fine as they currently are. However, it is very likely that they will receive a future overhaul, most likely when Cult of Ulrich units are introduced, but that is probably going to happen around Game 3. Bretonnia also plays rather well, and I don't think they need anything changed, in my opinion at least. This leaves us with either the Vampire Counts, who have received a fair amount of a rework. However, some fans have said that they're rather lacking in certain aspects, such as their tech tree still being rather small, and the Dwarfs, who mostly just stole new mechanics from the Tomb Kings. I'm talking about the Oath Gold system and the item creation system. Something could be done to give these races a bit more flavour, but you never really know. For all that we're aware, this could be a way to introduce the Red Duke or Boris Todbringer as playable characters, seeing as that technically is an Old World update, as they won't really require that much work to be done for them. Most of their stuff is already there. They'll probably just need some voice acting being done, some quests being implemented, and maybe some minor stuff added in as faction mechanics, and that's pretty much it. But what do you guys think about the whole Old World updates being referenced in this artwork? Do you think that this was a mistake, or they might be hinting at multiple Old World updates in one patch? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and let's start a bit of a discussion. But with that, my friends, we've come to the end of our video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, might I suggest giving the video a like, or even subscribing to the channel, as it really does help us out. In the description section below are various different social media links such as Facebook, Instagram and Discord, where you can get in contact with the Great Book team. Also in the description section below is an affiliate link with Element Games where you could buy loads of hobby-based products, not just Warhammer, for 10 to 25% off. Using our special link and also the special code, which is also in the description below, supports the channel at no extra cost to you, which we think is rather cool. A big thank you to our patrons. Your support means the world to us. It's amazing that people want to help a small channel like us grow and get to a higher level of content. A special thank you to Ryan Bertsche and Gibraltar LUSC for subscribing to us at our Fane level. You guys are super cool. And a big thank you to Edward Yule and VSVasan for subscribing to us at our King level. Honestly, we can't thank you guys enough. The money earned from Patreon is going directly back into the channel, slowly upgrading little bits and bobs, just trying to get to a higher level of content for you guys. And a big thank you to all of you for liking, sharing and commenting on these videos. The support has been insane lately, and honestly, we can't be more than excited. But with that, my friends, thank you so much for watching once again, and we shall see you all again very, very soon. Have a good day.